Morning, John Neal here. It's Wednesday the 4th of October 2023 and today I'm looking at the trees. If this person, Richard Knight, 1871, it doesn't mind me standing next to his gravestone, and his family of course, thank you very much. Yes, trees. There's a theme of trees which is emerging, which I quite like actually. I like a tree. There is a theory about whether you like trees and lots of trees, you know, like woods and forests or not. I've talked about it before. I'll briefly go over it again. The theory behind your fear or liking of woods is this: that back in the day, centuries ago, if you were an invading enemy, you could easily be ambushed in woodland, because there was a lot of woodland around at the time, whereas the natives who were here, I don't know, the Anglo-Saxons or whoever they were, they would use the woodland as cover to attack the incoming enemies. So the idea is that you might be descended from either the natives who are here, who liked the woods and saw them as a place of refuge, and the attacking people, the invaders, the Romans or whoever, the Vikings, and they would see the woods as a place of danger because that's where they'd be attacked from. So if you like woods, you're probably from one camp. If you dislike woods, you find them aggressive and oppressive, then you're from the other camp. My mum actually didn't like woods. I personally love them. So there you go. Well, I've come to this churchyard in Hyme on the Hill, which is nice and quiet for a start, and but churchyards are noted for their trees. I haven't got very far because I was looking for interesting trees, and I've been to the local college and up and down the street where I live, and then there's a green walkway. Absolutely fascinating number of trees around. There are hundreds of them basically, and of various sorts. It's like an arboretum, you don't really realise. But of course churchyards are famous for the likes of the yew tree here, which yeah, churches, I've said this before, they're often dotted with them, lots of yew trees. Very interesting. What little I know, and I don't know much about any of these subjects, I'm just dabbling into it just for the heck of it, but they are one of the only native British evergreens for a start. They are poisonous. There's berries on which are poisonous, and of course the wood from the yew tree was used for longbows because it's both springy and strong, if those are the best two terms. There's two different colours of wood in the branches, and they make very good components for a longbow. Yew trees, longbows. That much I do know. Don't know if you could see up there, there's some holes in the wood, quite distinctive ones, and I think they must be woodpeckers surely. If they are, then be fairly common. Let's look at that location and other times in the year, in the spring when they nest, and see if we can see them. Wow, what a tree. In fact, there's one or two fir trees here. I think they're all Scots pines, yeah. There's a nice little angel underneath a beech tree. Wonderful big beech tree dotted among these pines. It says actually on my app that these might be Austrian pines. Well, they're certainly pine trees. You can see some of the leaves now coming down off this beech tree. they're starting to turn colour and come down. If you can hear, let me just turn, you might be able to hear some vehicles, I presume they're cars, whizzing around the track at Myra next door, now known as Hariba. I have a friend who works there, and I took the mickey out of it on the last video, making out that the archaeology that they were doing on the fields was connected with some alien invasion that might have been connected with Hariba. I know he saw it as a joke. I hope he saw it as a joke. And yeah, it's a motor establishment where they research cars, crash them, and in fact my friend crashes them on purpose and then studies what the effects are. A very interesting place, and wonderful that it's here right in the Midlands. Some sterling work that they do. So I hope that gets me back in his favour, and say what an extremely interesting place it is. It's got a huge track which was a part of the airfield that was here during the war. Yeah, so yeah, if anybody took offence, we'll put it back again. Now my focus on spotting interesting trees was aroused. Here's two very beautiful beech trees just round the corner from where I live. And stepping inside our local further education college, there were the beautiful narrow-leafed ash trees, and further on there were one or two pine trees, a eucalyptus and a fir tree. Just along the road from where I live there are these two huge beech trees, and also along this brook called Change Brook there are a lot of willow trees. And who doesn't like a slow motion willow? Here we go. Cheers, Mr. Buzzing Drones. He sent me a drink in a very nice mug and a placemat. A local drone flyer, Mr. Buzzing Drones. Thank you very much indeed. That's lovely. I don't know, did you know it was my birthday in a couple of weeks? I don't know. Did I mention it's my birthday in a couple of weeks? It is. Much appreciated. Link to his channel is below, and I'll put it on screen as well. Do check it out. Some really interesting stuff. Thank you very much for that. Right, back to the trees. There's two trees here. This pear tree, which I can probably just make a movement on, it's dead. The bottom of my garden here was an orchard to the house next door, and then they built these houses in the grounds. This was the orchard, and there are only now two trees left. This pear tree is dead, but there are two here, apple trees, which are extremely good. The first one here, as you can see, has produced a lot of apples this year yet again. A little bit of a bug on it, but there you go. And they are extremely nice. And to prove the point, the flesh inside, look, is quite white, and they've just got to the point where they're edible. And if proof were needed, I'll put them outside the front of the house. We got a lot of school children go by, and parents walking kids to school, and I put some out in a tray, 3 apples, and most of them are gone. So I've got to pick some more, and put them out the front. I have done a video about last year, I think it was, about the apples here and how I pick them, prepare them and freeze them. But I'm going to use, and everybody wants to have a look at this now, this apple picker, which is extremely good. And it not only is this on, but it also extends a huge long way. And that's the air ambulance going over. I wonder if my calendar's paid for this flight. For those who don't know, last year I did a calendar for 2023 of the roundabouts of Nuneaton taken from the air using my drone, and all the proceeds went to the local air ambulance service. Or half of it, very expensive to run. Anyway, this apple picker is brilliant because you can just hook it on and it drops. It is as easy as that. It's really, really good. So I've got to pick a few more and take them out the front and for everybody to enjoy. I'm on the new estate at Weddington behind the church, and this I clearly remember when this was just a field and there was a tree in the middle of it. Might be one or two more trees, but anyway. But look what they've done. They've actually left the tree here and built the houses around it. In fact, I'd suggest that these have been built around the tree, to be honest, and I think they've done a good job. I like it a lot. If that wasn't there, it'd be different. And they planted 3 other trees here as well, look, which is a good thing. So there you have a tree making an extra impact. Just when you thought I'd forgotten the drone, here's a shot from above, and I think you'll see that these mature trees add a great deal to the environment of these new houses. And I will give credit to our local green councillors and others who have campaigned to maintain these mature trees while the building was taking place. Good for them. Well, thanks for watching. That's as much as I want to say about trees today. There must be more. I'm waiting for the trees to turn actually, and then I'll take the drone up and do some more autumn colour shots. That'll be really nice. So cheers, and you'll see me next time. Yeah, thanks a lot. Bye bye.